Hey, everybody, and welcome back to We Are The Hansons. Today, we are going to talk to you about our family traditions for the 4th of July and how we celebrate our 4th of July with all the crazy chaos of the Hansons.
Yeah, it's always chaotic on the 4th of July, every time, no matter what we do. But it's one of our most favorite holidays, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I love the 4th of July.
Yeah, and we have a mix of things that we've done, like family traditions. We have many. Like usually we have a cornhole tournament on 4th of July.
Cornhole tournament. We do volleyball. It's just fun.
Yeah, squirt guns.
Yep.
Frisbees.
Water balloon fights.
The dogs are out there. Chaos, fun, smiles, laughter. But we've got some tips for you, okay? Like, in their tips that sometimes we don't even follow ourselves, even though we try to follow them ourselves, like this. How many 4th of Julys have we had where we plan out this big spread? Okay, we're talking maybe it's steaks, maybe it's burgers, maybe it's hot dogs, whatever it is. Do we ever have it all together where we have everything that we need for food?
No, absolutely not.
No, it's I want to say that you're in charge of it most of the time.
Yeah, we all decide as a family what we're going to make for that day.
Right, and usually it's not extravagant because there's so many people. You got to keep it, like you're going to spend money on it no matter what. But we try to, okay, there's going to be deals on hot dogs, or if we get them early enough, there's going to be 4th of July rib deals and throw it on, the Weber or something like that.
This year, we got a great deal. So we decided to do pulled pork sandwiches and bacon-wrapped Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, we got 2 pork shoulders, 22 pounds, and we got it for $32.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
Fed the whole family.
It did. And we have a ton left.
We do. I don't know why, because it tasted so good. But you kind of got a break. It was me that had to do that.
I did the Brussels sprouts, guys. He worked the smoker for the meat.
Yeah. It was a long smoke, too. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we put it on at midnight before. So there's some prep that you have to have, so you don't make sure that you don't drop the ball. But no matter what you do with a large family, you're going to forget something.
Yeah. We forgot a couple things. Barbecue sauce.
Tip number 1, be creative. Okay?
Very creative.
If you don't want to be running back to the store 2 or 3 times, get creative. And, I've got ketchup, I've got brown sugar, I've got some cayenne pepper, I've got all these different things. And you can make a sauce if you forgot a sauce.
Yes.
Or you could do like I do and just get a paper out and write every single thing down, put it in your pocket, and then get it when you're at the store. But that's not how you do it.
You don't always do it that way, but that is the way it should be done. But
what?
Things get chaotic.
Oh, for sure. So, and then drinks. And the thing is, drinks get very, very expensive with a large family. And, soda's just not good for kids. So there's a lot of options out there right now for like healthy Kool-Aid.
Yeah, we do a lot of bottled water with the little mixes.
Little mixed straws. Then there's actual like different Kool-Aids now that you can add, sativa in instead of sugar, or it mixes well with real cane sugar, not the enriched stuff. So we try to be healthy with that. Or here's my personal favorite, because I'm diabetic. My mother made me a lemonade with real lemons and sativa.
Yeah.
Or sativia, or whatever, however that's said, and water. And it was phenomenal. It was great. I like that, especially on 4th of July. And with the kids get so busy playing. Tip number 2, keep the children hydrated.
Yeah, and lemonade is a hydration drink.
Yeah, well, anything with water is going to be good, but you got to make sure that those kids stay, because they'll just forget to eat, they'll forget to drink, they'll forget to do anything, and then at the end of the day, oh, I'm sick, I got a headache,
Yeah, and if you knew our kids, they sweat a lot, and they come in and their faces beat red and they look like they are cherries
Right.
from just running around with their friends.
And I mean, when you get together on the 4th of July, have we ever had a 4th of July that there wasn't like a oops moment?
No.
Like
Yep.
we've dropped a half of a watermelon after we've cut it.
Oh, yeah, that's happened a couple times, actually.
Yeah, the kids will get into certain things that they're not supposed to beforehand.
Yes, and we tried a new fruit, new to us. It's almost like a mix between a honeydew and a cantaloupe. It's called a lemon drop.
Yeah, but it tastes like lemon, or it's got a lemon flavor to it.
Yes, it is so good. So,
Yeah, well, it doesn't taste musty.
no,
Like what are them ones that you like so much?
cantaloupe or muskmelon?
Muskmelon. The reason they call it muskmelon is because it smells musky.
No.
Yes, very musky. And this lemon drop was very clean, pleasant, beautifully tasting. And we got it at Hy-Vee for $1.99.
Yeah, and it was gone in no time.
You're probably wondering why I revert everything back to dollars and cents. And it's literally because when you have a big family, it's always on your mind. Like, I've got to have this money to pay the bills, so I'm going to do this. It's cost effectively as possible. So in my mind, when these lemon drop cantaloupes pop in my head, I see $1.99. Is that the way you see it?
Now I just see good fruit.
Yeah, you see good fruit. Or when I see the pork shoulder that, we shredded up and stuff, I see $32.99.
Now that definitely comes to my mind when I see meat. That's lower costing.
So tip, try to always get this in your mind so you're never overextending, because it's so easy, especially if you and your wife have a shared bank account and you both have cards and you stop and get fireworks for the kids and she stops and gets fireworks for the kids. And you're like, oh man, I spent 50, you spent 80. Wow. And we had budgeted like 60, right? I mean, that happens.
Yeah, that does happen. For sure.
So it's good. There goes my diabetic monitor again. See, I think we should take this thing off my arm.
No.
Why not?
Because you need that. I mean, that's a must-have type of thing. He doesn't like wearing it, but he definitely needs it, especially when we're out and about, just to make sure that he's staying under a certain thing, even though he never gets under that.
Yeah, basically drink water and hope you don't die. That's pretty much the way that it is. So, we don't really have a lot of family tensions, but I do know that there's a lot of families that they get a lot of drinking involved on 4th of July.
Yes.
And there can be fights and stuff. I mean, we're not like, no, you can't drink to the kids, obviously, that are old enough to have a beer if they want to. But I think there's a set of expectations that goes a long ways. So tip number 3, when you're out with your family and you want to have a good time, set expectations for your whole family. And that avoids a lot of the arguments, a lot of the, fights. I've seen it. Our neighbors across the street literally had a fight. So it's just one of those things that we take for granted, but some families, maybe you need to set expectations.
Our kids also know their limits.
Well, yeah, that's expectations, limitations, what you can't do. Just set them and forget them, and hopefully your family will abide by them, and it will always be fun for them.
Yeah.
There's always going to be little funny disagreements or, things like that, or, this is the way you do that. Like smoking and grilling and stuff like that.
Yes, yum. Oh, making me hungry already.
So some of these things you can navigate a little bit to help stress. All of you parents out there know when you have little kids and you have fireworks, you have one of two kids out there. There's no like middle of the road, like, you either have kids that are afraid of them.
Yep.
Or you have kids that literally want to ride the rocket up before it explodes in the sky.
Yeah, and we have both.
Right. So, I mean, you want to keep the kids away. They need to be, there's got to be a boundary there, a healthy spot where little kids, you can't cross this mark. So, you don't get your fingers blown off and things like that.
Yeah. And if it were up to our granddaughter, she would have been right there lighting the firework, even though she's not even 2 yet.
Yeah, she absolutely loves them. And I'm glad to see that, but there's a safety thing in here. And if you're stressed out, it's probably because you didn't take the proper precautions to not be stressed out, to eliminate that.
Yeah. And then we got
You remember the P's, right?
the peas.
Yeah, the P's. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
Yeah.
Well, it happens on the 4th of July, too. Say that.
For sure.
Can you say that?
No.
Proper
No.
planning prevents piss poor performance.
No.
Yes, it is what it is. But setting that up and kind of having like, you know what, you don't have to be like Stalin, but you do kind of have to set up this, okay, this is where we're going to light the fireworks off. This is where this age group of kids needs to be back. You know, safety needs to be in place. We should probably have a bucket of water. Things like that we think about, I think, because we've been doing this kind of thing for so long. We've always got Band-Aids.
Yep. And we did have one mishap. Our boys had lit a firework while the container tipped over and it just started shooting fireworks, but we were all in a safe area, so none of us got hit with it.
Right. I mean, and that stuff happens. So you got to plan for anything happening, you know, and then just count your lucky stars that you had a little bit of preventive maintenance.
Yeah.
When it comes to the family stuff.
We look at other people, like our neighbors, when they were shooting fireworks, and we're like, man, that's dangerous. To us, it was dangerous. To them, they just had no idea what was going to happen. They were just shooting fireworks at each other.
Yes. And so here's another thing. Tip, what are we on? 4 or 5 now? Whatever. Hanson tip number, you say it. Well, I don't know what it is. But if you're going somewhere, be there at least an hour early.
Or more.
Or more. We went down to Branson to watch the Branson Landing fireworks. And what were we, 2 hours early?
Yep.
And every parking lot for 3 miles, unless you wanted to pay $50 to park your vehicle there.
Yeah.
Every single one of them was filled up.
Yep. And then we tried to find like a parking lot close, and that was definitely not the answer because everybody was parking even in gas station parking lots.
Yeah, it was a mess. So we ended up parking like 3 miles away, and the little girls could see enough to say ooh ah, and we're like, yeah. Then we're probably hearing the sound a half hour after we see the firework.
Yeah. Thank God somebody was lighting fireworks close. I mean, they weren't extravagant, but they could see them.
What I've noticed is people are now coming out and doing more stuff. We went through the whole COVID thing, and everybody was like, the crowds were small, things like that. And now that we're out of COVID, like people are starting to come out and enjoy themselves. So get places early.
Very early.
Yeah, earlier than you would think. I know the guys right now are like, man, I'm going to have to drive in the traffic afterwards. I don't really want to do it. I'm going to have to go out there, sit in the hot sun. You know, my wife's going to get ornery. The kids are going to be running around, not doing what they're supposed to do. We're going to have to chase them around and keep them out of the traffic and stuff like that. But it's worth it, guys. It's
sure.
worth it. Yeah, I mean, yes, your wife's going to be ornery.
Plan a picnic when you go. Just go and...
On hot blacktop, 300 degrees rolling off the blacktop. You know, put a pan right on the blacktop.
No.
Obviously, I'm making fun of her, but yes, just a little bit of proper planning. And sometimes you just can't plan enough. Like I said, we were there an hour and a half, 2 hours early, and it was already filled up. There was 0 parking spots. And then we've got a big family, which means multiple cars, which means you have to find multiple places to park close to one another, unless you're going to get out and go sit somewhere. But there wasn't even anywhere to sit down there.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. And it took us 15 to 20 minutes to pull into one parking lot to see if there was any place to park.
Lots and lots of people. But, I mean, you know, I was driving, so it wasn't too hard on you.
No.
Right? But, and then here's another tip. When you have your first-time kid with you, it's okay to have some ear protection or keep them close to you, because you don't want them to become afraid of something. You want them to be able to enjoy this experience. So it's like a twofold thing. They see the other kids out there having fun. That's a big one. But also, sometimes they're really, really loud.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have ear protection for that.
Yes. Our youngest granddaughter, she did very well with the fireworks.
She loved them.
And she's 4 months old.
Yeah, she just kept looking up, looking around like she was in awe. She absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So another thing that we've done in the past, we didn't do it this year, but a lot of years, we'll go to the 4th of July parade.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. We didn't for sure do it this year, but next year I hope to do it with the kids.
It's fun. Maybe this year you can get a K through 12 float and get in the parade.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because
yeah, amazing.
Yeah, our kids, they go to online school. Why don't you tell them about it?
It's an online virtual school that our kids attend, and they're amazing.
What's cool about them is you get into public schools and you have 30, 32 kids per class. And your kid really doesn't get a lot of specialized attention if they need it in, maybe it's one part of the curriculum they're having a problem with. When it's K-12, they have teachers there that, hey, we're going to work one-on-one with your child and get this fixed. I absolutely love that. Our kids go there. They're the sponsor of today's program, K through 12, and I can't recommend them enough for what they've done for all of our kids.
Yes, they are absolutely wonderful, very understanding, and they listen.
They listen, and what they teach is actually the things that you need to know without the fluff.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that?
I would definitely.
So, check it out. Well, what is the URL that they can go check that out on?
It is.
See, I put her on the spot.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I
really did.
No, I wanted to pull this up because what's cool is through K-12, you end up meeting other kids, and we didn't have any idea that any other kids that were going to K-12 were even by us. Well, during that process, we found out, hey, there's these other kids. Well, guess who came over on 4th of July? A couple of the families that had other K-12 kids, and your kids get friends and socializing. And K12.com/Hanson. It's K12.com/Hanson. Go check them out. Look into it. For our needs and our family, they have been wonderful.
Yes.
And it's like I said, you know what? You meet families, you meet kids. They come over on 4th of July, things like that.
So that is how we do the Hanson family 4th of July. It's wild. It's loud. It's full of fireworks.
Yeah.
Food, family, and a mess.
Yeah, well, it's always going to be a mess. But one thing that I think everybody needs to understand is part of the beauty in a large family is the beautiful chaos that happens on things like that. And like you're going to, your family's there, your kids are there, they're telling you about their lives. You're actually watching them grow up. You're watching them do cool things. You're watching how they interact with everybody. And at the end of the day, usually mom and dad are stuck with cleaning up a lot of the mess. The kids kind of help get back together. But family is a beautiful chaos, and you need to learn to love it.
Yes, and making them memories is always the best.
Absolutely. So this has been We Are the Hansons.
Thank you for spending time with us today. You can go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. You can also reach out to us on our We Are the Hansons Facebook page or send us a message on our We Are the Hansons show at gmail.com. Thank you all for listening to We Are the Hansons.